the whole history of the software development has already proven that you cannot predict and properly think about the future scope of your product in the very beginning. Hey, Andrei here from Glorium Technologies, talking about the common mistakes when people outsource their software development. And in this video I'm going to talk about the mistake of selecting the proper billing T&M versus fixed cost when negotiating your first contract with your future software development outsourcing vendor. So the common mistake here that people do is that they think that with the fixed cost project their risks are hedged and they're in a much better position. Well, while it is true that your financial risks are hedged and you will not pay more than the amount that you have agreed on with your future vendor, well, this is all true, but there is a big problem that you're getting yourself into at a later stage of the state of the product. You are basically fixing the scope of your project. Okay, so and that is a big problem, and at the end, basically the thing is, at the end when you are starting the implementation of your product, the unknown is very high, the amount of unknown. So you know approximately what you want to build, what kind of product that you want to build, but you're only operating with requirements. At the later stage, as soon as you start implementation, many small and big details are gonna come up. They always result in your project scope growing and sometimes significantly growing. So if you fix the cost at a certain level and you also fix the scope at a certain level, you basically limit yourself from the extension of the project, from the changing, from the necessary deviation on the path to your successful implementation of the project. So maybe in the beginning your thoughts were wrong about the end scope, and if you uncover I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road that it has to be something different, you have already made an arrangement to implement the wrong product. You cannot change the path and you cannot move towards the successful implementation. Okay, so that's a huge problem. Also think about it, like currently nowadays agile software development rocks. Basically everyone says no to waterfall. It is wrong to think about the requirements first, then implementation, then testing, then deployment. It doesn't work anymore. You have to be agile. You have to be moving in short sprints toward whatever your goal is. So the whole world, the whole history of the software development has already proven that you cannot predict and properly think about the future scope of your product in the very beginning. Okay, so you have to prepare for the changes to happen as soon as you start the project, basically. Sometimes even on the first or the second week of the implementation, you start uncovering some of the unknowns that you didn't know before. So this is, sorry that I'm taking so much time about it, but this is a very important topic. So the action item, what you need to do here is simple. If during the estimation of your product you saw that the total scope is more than roughly 4 developer months, then this project is a very good candidate for the time and material billing. Do not select fixed cost on those products unless of course, and your situation can be completely different. Maybe you have prepared all the documentation, requirements, technical specifications. If all of this is ready, then of course you're in a good position and you can think about basically you're following the waterfall approach, and you should be probably moving along with fixed costs. But I saw those cases very rarely, and those were long ago. Majority of the cases, people have an idea and they move in agile way. So if you don't see the good, if your horizon basically is not is not more than a couple of months of implementation, definitely T&M. Otherwise, if it's a short project, yes, you can be good with fixed cost, but make sure that when you do the fixed cost, make sure that you fix the scope. The requirements have to be very well written down, and the end results and the acceptance criteria also have to be written down. Otherwise, you'll get into the fight later on with your software development vendor at the time of accepting the project, and you want to avoid it. You want everything to be smooth. All right, so that's all for this video, and next time I'm going to talk about the rates, about the common mistakes that people do when negotiating the rates the first time with their software development outsourcing vendor. All right, so stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.